Namaste. This is a 60-minute Yin Yoga sequence for the full body. There are some longer periods of silence without my voice during some of the postures. So for those of you that would like a little bit more silence, perhaps to introspect a little more deeply, this may be a sequence that you would enjoy. Thank you for practicing with us. Namaste.
So, starting as we normally do, either sat up on a block or just in a comfortable seated position. Maybe just a couple of breaths. Really just centering ourselves here. Keeping the eyes open for now, maybe gazing down towards the floor. If your attention has drifted away from the rhythm of the breath, then maybe now's a good time to bring that focus back towards the natural rhythm of the breath. The air moving in and out of the nostrils, the stomach rising and falling, letting other thoughts and sounds come and go. None of them are important right now. All of them can wait. And when you're comfortable, we're going to move towards our first physical posture. So, sitting up, spine nice and tall and straight, our body still relaxed. On the next inhale, extend a little bit more, and as we exhale, just allow the head to fall forward. You're going to feel that in the back of the neck, maybe also in the top of the shoulders. Just finding that edge, that first point of resistance there, making sure the muscles are relaxed. Natural breathing, maybe using the exhale of the breathing to just relax those muscles a little bit more. Inhale and exhale. Last breath in and last breath out. As we inhale, bringing the head back to a neutral position before we allow the head to fall back on the exhale. So when you allow the head to fall back as far as you're comfortable, keeping the hands on the knees will help with the balance. If there is any dizziness, then just bring the head back forward. We're going to feel that down the front of the throat here, Maybe coming down the front sides of the neck a little, maybe even into the front of the shoulders, scapular area. Next inhale, bringing the head back to a neutral position. And on the exhale, just allowing the head to move to the left-hand side. So not bringing the shoulder up, just allowing the head to move down towards the left shoulder. Again, I'm going to feel a nice stretch down this right-hand side of the neck, maybe coming out onto the shoulder. Using the breath to help relax the muscles on the exhale. Maybe feeling those muscles relax just a little bit more. Maybe the head just moves a little bit more towards the shoulder. Working with the neck and shoulder here, great way to reduce tension. On the next inhale, head back to neutral, and exhale, allowing the head to fall to the right hand side, working the left neck muscles, maybe coming out into the left shoulder. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, chest rises. Exhale, muscles relax in the neck. Maybe the head's coming down a little bit further towards the shoulders. No force. Just let gravity do its thing. Inhaling and exhaling. Next inhale, coming back up, neutral position, and just removing the block if you sat on one. Coming into a seated position for our next posture. So our next target area is the hamstrings. So we're going to start with the right leg. We're going to take the right leg forward. We're going to take the left foot back. So the knee can be wherever's comfortable for you. The foot can be pointed out or straight back. I would probably suggest starting with the foot straight back initially, and then if you're particularly flexible, over time you can move out that way. Legs comfortable distance apart, knees comfortable distance apart. And from here we're just going to walk forward with the hands, finding that first edge, physical edge, first point of resistance. Just adjusting as you need to. Once we've found that edge, relaxing the muscles. So relaxing the muscles in all of the right leg, in fact in both legs, and in the sort of glutes hip area. As we relax, we may find that the posture opens up a little bit. Maybe that edge moves out, gives us the opportunity to go a little bit deeper, or maybe this is where we are today. So finding your posture, your position, and just finding some stillness. the next inhale, you're just helping use the hands to walk back out of the posture, bringing that left leg back to the front, just swapping over to the other side. So we're going to work on the hamstring of the left leg this time. So this time we're going to take the right leg and foot behind us. Again, just settling in, remembering that our body is not symmetrical, so each side is probably going to feel a little bit different. So you may find that you've got a different sensation, or your body's in different positions, your limbs are in different positions on the different sides, and that's okay. What we're working with here in functional Yin Yoga is we're working with this target area, and so long as we're getting the stress we want there, that's fine. So again, finding that edge, the target area, the left hamstring. Found that edge, just pausing, checking that we've got the muscles relaxed in the leg. As we relax the muscles, just observing whether that posture opens up a little. Maybe that edge moves out, gives us the option of coming in a little bit more depth. Or maybe our body's just saying to us today, this is where I'd like to be. If that's the case, we stay here. If you do want a little bit more depth, then coming forward, bringing the torso towards the leg. So wherever you find yourself, find stillness, resisting the urge to shuffle. Again, gently in your own time, just use your hands to walk back up. Bring that right leg forward. We're going to come into our first rebound now. So I'd suggest that you come back either semi-supported like this on your back, or lie on your back fully. And in our rebound, we just take our attention to the target areas that we've been working. So here we just take our attention to the hamstring. Maybe even close the eyes and just start to become aware of what physical or other sensations there might be in that target area. So all the way down the back of the legs. By turning your attention inwards, maintaining your focus and a still mind, you're going to be able to follow these sensations. Next inhale, just coming back up to a seating position. So our next target area, physical target area, is the groin, so the inside of the thighs. And the way that we're going to target that is by coming to the edge of our mat and just taking the legs apart. So we've got ideally a sort of 90-degree angle, maybe more if you're flexible. But certainly enough that when we've taken the legs apart, we're not uncomfortable, but we can feel some stress already here in the groin area. And when we're there, we're just going to walk our hands forward. We're going to walk those hands forward, maybe come onto the elbows, but wherever you're going to find that edge, that first resistance. And we're just going to pause here. Relax the muscles in both legs. You're going to relax the muscles around the inside of the legs, the top of the legs and the hips. And as we do so, we may find that the posture opens up a little bit. Maybe we're going to feel that edge actually moving away from us. And that's going to give us the opportunity, there's still an option or an opportunity, to go a little bit deeper. And depending on how your practice is today, you'll make the decision whether or not to do that. And if you do, you just walk the hands forward a bit more, allow the head to come towards the mat. Again here, some of you may be more comfortable using a block to support the head. Some of you may prefer to have a bolster in front to cross the legs and underneath the torso. Or you may choose to just fold forward as far as you can, supporting yourself with your elbows. Or just allowing your head to come towards the mat. But wherever you find yourself, you need to find some stillness. Maintaining our stillness here with a steady natural breathing. walking the hands back in. You may want to just use the hands to bring the legs together. Joints, connective tissues can get a bit fragile when we're spending these extended periods in a posture. And then coming back into our posture for a rebound, whether that's on our back or semi-supported. Closing the eyes, opening your mind, and following any sensations that arise, physical or otherwise. Coming back for our next posture. So for our next posture, our target area is going to be the hip flexors. So front of the body, just up from the quads. We're going to be working those, and we're going to be doing that asymmetrically to start with. So let's start with the right leg forward and taking the left leg back. So left leg straight back, doesn't have to be as straight as a ramrod, just behind you. And again, as we've said in previous postures, this right leg, the position of the knee in or out is up to you. The position of the ankle is up to you. What determines the position of these limbs is that we're working here on the left hip flexor. So if you find by moving your ankle in, you're better able to get a good amount of stress in that left hip flexor, then that's the right position for you. So just adjusting as you need, just finding that edge. Relaxing the muscles around that left hip area, left hip flexor. As we relax, we may find that the posture opens up a little bit. You may want to bring the torso up further. You may be happy down here. So again, up to you. Just finding the best position for the stress there. Find stillness, body and mind. Exploring that connective tissue stress in the left hip flexor. Maybe coming up towards the stomach, the rectus abdominis. Maybe a little bit in the sides, but predominantly the left hip flexor. Maybe sinking a little bit deeper into the posture. Physically and mentally. Using our inward facing senses to just understand how we're responding. Now from here, we're going to move to our next posture. The target area is going to be the right glute. So all we're going to do from here is just walk those hands forward as far as you're comfortable. So we're finding that first edge again. We're shifting our focus, our attention now to the right glute. Find out that edge, first point of resistance, pausing here. You're going to relax the muscles around the right glute, in fact all around the hip and in the legs. If we find that the posture is opening up or that edge is moving out, then we're going to make a decision about whether we take advantage of that or whether we just stay here. If we want to, we may want to come down a little deeper. Nothing wrong with trying it out and then deciding to come back to where you were. Again, just being mindful here of any pinching in the hips. By moving the torso to the left or right, we can sometimes address that, but if not, we may need to come up a little bit out of the posture. And then we find stillness. So on the next inhale, just using the hands to walk the torso back up, gently bringing that left foot forward. We're going to go to the other side. We're going to be working the hip flexor again first, so it's the hip flexor of the right leg. We're going to do that by taking the right leg back, finding our own comfortable position with the knee in or out, the ankle up or down. Supporting ourselves with our hands. Just starting to find that edge in the right hip flexor. A bit of adjustment. And once we've found that first point of resistance, just pausing there, not pushing through, just pausing. Relaxing, maybe using the inhale and the exhalation of the next breath just to relax the muscles all through the legs. As the muscles relax, just seeing if the posture opens up a little bit, if that edge moves out. If it doesn't, then that's okay, we just stay here behind the edge. Still be getting a good stress on the hip flexor. Lifting the torso. Taking our attention always back to the target area of the hip flexor. And when we're comfortable, just finding stillness. Maintaining that stillness. A steady breath, just checking in with the breath. If it's smooth, that's good. If it's a little bit choppy, then maybe just easing off a little bit. Nothing wrong with adjusting. What we're going to do for our next posture, the target area is now the left glute. So what we're going to do here is, as we did on the other side, is just start to walk these hands forward. And allow the torso to come down, but in a nice supported fashion. Maybe that some of you would prefer to have a bolster in front of you here. You're going to find that edge. First point of resistance, we find that edge. Use the breath, the inhale, the exhale, just to relax the muscles. We're going to relax the muscles all through both legs, glutes, hips. And maybe relaxing those muscles opens up the posture, allows us to come a little bit deeper. Maybe today or on this side of the posture it doesn't do that. So we just stay where we're comfortable behind our edge. If that edge is moved out, then again we make the choice whether we want to follow it today or not. And wherever we are, we find stillness. And we use that stillness to explore with clarity that connective tissue stress in the left glute. As we inhale, coming back to a seated position briefly before we come back to a rebound. So we're going to rebound again, either lying on your back or in a semi-supported posture. Maybe closing the eyes if you're comfortable. Taking our attention to the target area we've just been working, so the glutes and the hip flexors. So basically the front and the back of that same area. And without directing the attention, just take the focus there and observe with your senses what sensations there are in that area. Staying lying down, our next posture is going to be a twist. So we're going to be focusing, our target area is going to be the obliques and a nice twist in the spine. But if we stay lying down, we can get ready working towards that posture, bending both knees and bringing both heels towards the buttocks. We're going to take the right leg over the left leg. And we can either stay here and allow the legs to fall towards the left hand side, or if we want to, we can take the right foot under the back of the left leg again, almost for another twist around. So it's either just straight over or twisted around. As we exhale, just allowing the right leg to come over towards the left hand side. So again, not forcing, just allowing gravity to help us find that edge. Our arms can be down by our side, out to the side, or we can even have the arms overhead, holding opposite elbows, even extended. So just experiment a little with what works best for you. Remembering that our primary target area is the back, a nice twist in the back. So whatever we do with our limbs, we want to be optimizing the twist in the spine and the stress in the obliques. So finding that edge, relaxing the muscles. And just holding for an extended period. Gently bringing the knees back to the center, unwinding the knees. And coming to the other side, so again, knees bent, ankles towards the buttocks, this time taking the left leg over the right. Either leaving that here before bringing the left leg down to the right side, or, as we did on the other side, tucking that left foot behind the right leg. Positioning the arms either down by the side, out to the side or above. Remembering it doesn't have to be identical to how we had it on the other side. It may feel very different. The thing that will decide, or should decide, our posture and the position of our limbs is the effect it's giving us in our target area of the oblique and the twist in the spine. So, moving into our posture, allowing that top left leg to come over to the right hand side. Finding that edge, relaxing the muscles around the torso. Maybe finding those relaxed muscles allow the posture to open up a little bit. Playing a little bit to find the optimal posture for the target area today. Once we've found it, finding that stillness. Steady natural breath as we Come towards the end of our time in this posture. And just gently, slowly, bringing the knees back to the center, unwinding the legs, maybe stretching out the legs. Wriggling the toes. Staying lying on your back, getting ready to come in for our Shavasana. Lying on your back, just ensuring that the arms and legs are relaxed, out to the sides. Maybe bringing the eyes to a close. Bringing the attention to the breath, just the movement of the natural breath. We just want natural breath, and we want our attention and focus to be on it. Feeling the belly rise and fall as we breathe. Feeling the breath moving in and out of the nostrils. Just a couple of breaths here to finish. Deep inhale and exhale. And that concludes our practice. Namaste. I hope you enjoyed that practice as much as I did. Namaste, my friends.